There we go. Okay. Now I got all the streams running. Got to fix this camera as well. Okay. Nice. And now we are back. Everything's working. We're done. All right. So the last basically hour and 45 minutes was me playing drums, playing Linkin Park Hybrid Theory. But we're back and playing Star Citizen now. If you were watching on YouTube and you were like, hey, where you been today? YouTube is bad. It's a bad site for streaming music. So I don't stream there when I'm doing music only. So come watch on the purple app, rhymes with glitch, or the one that is like a clock. TikTok, you know, that one. Yes. CDX with a question says, what made you decide on a split keyboard rather than a traditional keyboard? All right. My setup. I have a whole video on YouTube that explains this exactly. Exclamation desk to get that video. But if you notice here, I have a middle mount joystick, which is very, very comfortable for me. I have a large mouse pad, which I prefer for FPS gaming. There is no way to have twin joysticks and a big mouse pad that are both in ergonomic positions other than using a split ergonomic keyboard or having a full-size keyboard here and some kind of hand pad like a Razer Tartarus or whatever. This is the only way to get this kind of setup and this kind of ergonomics, or rather these kind of ergonomics. I went through a lot of problems with my arms during COVID. I got nerve damage from streaming and drumming and gaming too much. And I had to go to physical therapy for a year. And then that kind of got me started on my fitness journey that I'm still on. And that's when I changed a lot of my setup. So go watch that video if you want to learn more. Exclamation desk. And I have another video that goes over literally 10 years of my setups changing slowly and slowly over time. But yeah. Okay. That's the answer. Oh, I got an answer from VKB, everybody. VKB made an announcement that people were concerned about. Temporarily pausing VKB Sim HQ shipment on joysticks. And they just told me, nothing is changing. We will just now operate directly from the US store. Now that we just opened a US warehouse, VKB NA was only a reseller. All right, so it's confusing. All right. Okay, so nothing changes then? People can still order from US via the website. Yes? Just confirming. Okay. Cool. Yeah. A little bit of an update. Star Citizen update and views are really bad. Does that mean this update broke more stuff? Or does it mean the update is not exciting and no one cares? Ghost Trap Visions, or Ghost Raptor Visions, I got your name correct, or rather incorrect, says my dual stick setup is fairly close to me. I'm using mounts. Yeah, you can use desk mounts. A lot of people like using those as well. But for me, everything on the desk is really, really important for maintaining the exact same spot in my chair, because I have lots of cameras, obviously, that look right at me. And I want my frame to be correct here, like at the desk. And if you use desk mounts, then you have to go back a little bit and now I'm farther off the mic, and then I'm further on the mic. So I used to use desk mounts. I actually made my own under the desk mounting system using a Gibraltar drum rack. And it was cool, but I had to have different buttons and different scenes for when I was close to the desk and when I was far away from the desk. And it really was annoying. It wasn't an enjoyable thing for me. And that's when I realized that on the desk was the way for me. All right. So, I'm going to go get a shirt that has sleeves. Now that I'm not drumming, I think I want to wear sleeves now. So, hold on. Don't go anywhere. All right. Don't go anywhere. Okay. I'm back. Thanks for waiting. I've got one of my favorite shirts. This is from a game called Who Knows the Game? Who knows it? Ghost Raptor says, I like how you have the switch views while you're AFK. Quite impressive. Okay, it's really easy to do, man. I use a program called Automatic Source Switcher, and I make one scene, and then I make one automatic source switcher, and in that, I put every one of my cameras, and then I set them to change every few seconds, and then they're in that scene. So when I hit this button, I'm literally going to that scene that is every camera rotating. And for the vertical platform, I have just this panel of all 9 main cams set to scroll left to right using the scrolling filter, which is built into OBS, because there's no easy way to show 9 cameras at once on a small phone screen. So they go back and forth like that. If anyone's even watching on that platform right now, who knows? But yeah, that's what I do. Cult of the Lamb. That is the shirt I'm wearing right now. Yeah. Time to get some of my lunch. Today we're using the orange cup again. My partner Annie got me a set of these cups before Helix sold out everything and got bought out by Yeti. We're doing 1 scoop of Huel black meal replacement powder and 1 scoop of Vega plant-based protein powder and water. Cheers. I do chocolate protein powder and vanilla Huel, so it's kind of a mix, like a black and white cookie, you know? All right. Look how cute this is. Anybody celebrating Lunar New Year in New York City? The Lunar New Year parade is on Sunday. And I really, really want to go, but my partner Lily has plans and my partner Annie is out of town. So I don't know if I'm going to go alone to the parade or just not go. More on that later. But let's make sure my controls are working right now. We will go into the offline free flight like this, launch, get the joysticks on screen. First time chatter, Jekyll. I get your name right? They say, hey, Ender, can you run both VKB sim sticks and a left-hand VKB throttle at the same time? Oh, you mean like I'm doing right now? Twin sticks and a throttle. Yes, you can do that. You can use any combination of VKB sim products with Star Citizen. Make sure you get them bound to the right things. If you have multiple things that might get mixed up. So for me, this is all my flight, and I use this for ground vehicle forward back, but mostly mining power and salvage beam separation. Unfortunately, in the bindings, we don't have the option to have 2 things doing the same thing yet. Like you can't set an analog throttle for forward back and an analog joystick for forward back. That is a limitation in the current binding system. But those of us who love this game, we know the current binding system is full of flaws and problems and literally no search for hundreds of buttons. For real, CIG, can you give us a search engine or something for that? It's bad. Be in the parade. It says officially D. Okay, right stick, functioning. Left stick, functioning. Flight pedals. Oh, I'm using flight pedals as well. I think the only limit for using different peripherals is probably a limit in Windows for how many devices you could have. Does anyone have any clue what that is? What do we think is the actual limit for number of devices to play Star Citizen? I mean, once you get to 5, like, you're already in nightmare territory. Like, how many times have you booted the game up and your right hand's now the left hand? Like, if you had right hand, left hand, and throttles, and different pedals, and something else, like, that just sounds terrible. Terrible. I don't want anything to do with that. Another first-time chatter says, Ender, what do you think of the current array of salvage ships? I actually think it's pretty great right now, because if we think about it, we have multiple small ships, a few medium ships, and 1 big ship. If anything, we need some more big ships for salvage, because the biggest one is still one of the oldest in the game, the Reclaimer. but the Reclaimer has lots of flaws, especially getting boxes in and then out. It's a nightmare. The ship was designed before the current physical box system we have now, so it just sucks to use. Thankfully, we just got a new one. The Moth is like it's like the mining ship, the Mole, but now made for salvaging. 4 people, boxes are easy to get on and off. It's wonderful. I love using it. And then we have lots of smaller ships like the Vulture, probably the best single person salvage ship there is. And then we have the Misk Fortune, a little bit smaller. And then we have the Salvation, even smaller. And that's the one I'm giving away right now on my channel. Have you entered? Have you entered it yet? You should. All right. There we go. Did I miss any? I don't think I did. Loaded Turtle says, Fortune can fit more boxes on the Vulture. Yes, but it only has 1 beam. The Vulture can salvage faster because it has 2 beams as opposed to the single beam. For me, the only reason to use the Fortune is if you want to park it inside a Polaris. You can fit 2 Misk Fortunes inside a Polaris, and you can barely fit 1 Vulture in the Polaris. Like, you can do it. It sucks. You have to angle it and kind of go in. It's not great. Everybody, I am stupid. I'm dumb. I am so dumb. I forgot that last night we did crime. Okay. I don't feel like doing any of that stuff, so we're just going to log in. We are going to pay our fines, and then we're going to surrender. And we'll just do a little bit of mining. Maybe we can do the mission. If the oxygen repair mission is available, we'll be out of jail in like 10 minutes. Welcome to Klesher. Did you know there's a jail in this game? If you didn't, this is jail. Whee! Doom. Now, if we look right here, we can see I have 1 hour and 1 minute. But if I look here and go into the contracts, maintenance opportunity, accept the offer. And now we'll get into the mines, and I think once we get lower, it will give us exactly where to go and what number to repair. The ship giveaway I'm doing, the link is available in the Twitch stream. It's pinned right now, or in my bio at the top of all my platforms. I always get lost in the mines. All right, well, all you have to do is look for the signs. This game is really good when it comes to signs. I'll show you what I mean once I get in there. Now, the first question I have is in the top right-hand corner. It just says Inmate Maintenance Opportunity. Last time I did this mission, I could see where to go. Oxygen kiosks are vital. We're looking for any available guests to reset the kiosk. But it doesn't say which kiosk. So I'm going to just go into the mines and see if we get the number. And if we don't, we know that the oxygen reset mission is broken in jail. So here's number 1. So there are 3 different areas of the mine. There's 3, and over there is 2. Thanks for these new follows. I see you. So we're going to go into 1, and we're going to see if we, like, get the pop-up about what to fix, where to go. Panda thinks an Alt F4 might give us the answer. You know what? Why not? This is one of the few games where Alt F4 is literally a fix. Let's see if that actually fixes the issue. I'm going to go right back in game. What's happening in the game right now is we have what's called 30K server protection activated. It thinks I had some kind of client crash. So it's saving my spot in the server right now. My character is in the jail, standing in that same spot. And when I boot back in, I'm going to go right back into my body, right where I left off. In the bottom, you see it says customization unavailable. That means I am locked to the current server into that spot. So I hit enter universe and it will bring me right back to where I was. This is very helpful if you actually do have a client crash and you're, say, I don't know, hauling cargo or something. But it also creates some other problems when you're trying to hop servers and it keeps you trapped in one. We're going to find out if this is the fix right now. It's often the fix, which is comical. Every single other game, telling the streamer to Alt F4 is a way to troll them. But in this game, it's a legitimate solve for many, many of the game's glitches. All right, here we are back in jail. I know, do I still have the mission? I still have the mission, but it did not give me the location of the mission. Didn't work. Didn't work. So either oxygen kiosk missions are fully broken, or we need to go deeper into the mine to get that answer. Now, someone said you get lost in the mines. If you can see the number, you are going further into the mines. And if you see exit, you are going closer to the surface. That is how you figure out where to go. Hope that was helpful. You're welcome. Now, I wonder if mining is working.
Attention! Attention! Please direct your attention towards the front gates. One of our guests has completed their rehabilitation and is being released. Let's give them a round of applause. Good luck back in the world, civilian.
I wonder if the abandoned thing will... I'm going to go a little bit lower and see if that fixes it first. I'm going to go down to, like, I don't know, 10 or something. Ender, why are you in prison? Because last night, when... This is a rock that should be mineable, but it's probably not. Last night, when we were trying to find salvaged ship parts, we spent like 2 hours looking for derelict ships at outposts. Something that we used to see all the time. But now that we finally have missions that utilize the components on these derelict ships, we just couldn't find them. Couldn't find them. And after finally getting to a downed, what was it? L21 Wolf, and realizing I had no way to break into it, the door would not open. I got shot at by some security guards, and I shot back, and, well, I got a crime stat 3 for shooting them. And then I logged off the game. I actually rage quit at the end of the night. That was how the stream ended. I was like, F this, I'm out. Where is the... Oh, hello there. So are we saying that these are remnants of rocks? And these are not minables? This blue garbage everywhere? Hey, dum-dums. Okay, that's a dead end. Sam says that's normally how I end all of my Star Citizen gameplay sessions. Yeah. That's a player. Now, I could kill that player and take their stuff, but I would also get more time in jail.
Attention! Attention! Please direct your attention towards the front gates. One of our guests has completed their rehabilitation and is being released. Let's give them a round of applause.
Hey, buddy.
Good luck back in the world, civilian.
4. Maybe we'll get lucky. And we'll find where this oxygen kiosk mission is when I get deeper. I also might abandon the mission and then grab a new one. See if that fixes it. If we go deep enough into the mines, we can commit crimes and not get more time on our sentence because you are actually outside of the comms range. I think it's like depth 10, depth 11, something like that. All right. Depth 8 says first time chatter. You know how much shit there is to remember in this game? I can't remember all of it. My brain's full of hundreds of vehicles and ships and planets and equipment numbers and computer parts. Abandon. Here we go. 7. Another question about salvage. Do you think the reclaimer's size should be around the largest, or should there be a larger one? Oh, there should be a bigger ship than the reclaimer. Like, the reclaimer needs to be fixed. It needs to be better to use. But asking me if I want a bigger ship in this game is something I'm always going to say yes to. Hey, do you wish there was a bigger ship? Yes. Always yes. What the fuck? This little POS just punched me. What a piece of shit. I'm just trying to peacefully get out of jail. And now I'm alive again? But now I'm dying. I'm alive again, but I'm dying. Look, this game already blows enough. Why would you want to make someone's experience in this game even worse than it already is? So we're gonna die here again. We're gonna die again. I have no way to heal myself, so just here 5, 4. Well, it's not time to the beeps. It's not oxygen. That is water. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Now, do we think that that POS in game who took me out of the jail for no reason has no idea what incredible content I made out of that moment? Thanks, asshole. All right. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. You know? Okay. So now we just go back in game and see what we can do. Hey, thanks for that follow. Appreciate you. Everybody, Buck Rogers in the chat says, that shelf you recommended worked great for my 2 PCs. Man, Buck, I think you're the first person to ever buy the shelf on my Amazon list that I use in the hallway. I have had this list for 2.5 years? Let me get the list on screen. This is my PC in the hallway starter kit. Now, a few people have bought like the cables and a few people have bought the USB hubs, but no one's ever bought the shelf that I'm using. So thanks, dude. Thanks for that. I make a little bit of money, Amazon affiliate deals on all that stuff. So I appreciate you. Thank you. If you want to see my machines that are on the shelf, I actually can do this. Hold on. Here we go. This post is from January 26, 2024. That's when I put this together here at my place. That bottom is a Corsair full tower case. That's the, what's it called? Airflow 5000, I believe. And that top is a much smaller NZXT case. I forget which model that is. But the bottom is my gaming PC, and the top is my streaming PC. Yeah, there you go. All right. So now we are back in jail. I mean, we never left the jail. Wait, Buck Rogers also has the same case? The Corsair one? I love that Corsair case. I almost bought a second one, but it's kind of expensive. I didn't want to spend all that money again, so I got a cheaper Corsair case. I'm building a new living room machine off of some old components I had laying around. FWC Fusion, everybody. 2 months.
FWC Fusion has subbed for 2 months.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that 2-month resub, man. Really cool. Really nice of you. Thank you. Now let's see if this mission actually works. Last time we did not get a location. We're getting the mission to come up. Oh, yes, we got it. Okay, top right-hand corner. It says repair O2 kiosk in Route 3, depth 12. Okay, so we got to go Route 3, depth 12. And doing this is going to clear all of our merits and get us out of jail. Hell yeah. Nice. Depth 3 is on the right because it goes 1, 2, 3, left to right. See? Number 3. And we run all the way down to depth 12, and then we just click a button on the kiosk, and boom goes the dynamite. We're done. So funny how when you play this game often, you celebrate, like, the game just working normally. I've not been to jail in a long time. But apparently these are all glitched rocks. Apparently every blue rock I'm seeing is not an actual rock that you can mine. Chat is telling me that is remnant of an area that was mineable, like previously. So don't waste your time trying to mine those blue rocks. Eric, thank you for the likes over on TikTok. Appreciate it. I put out a video last night celebrating 65 months from Go Swim resubscribing, which was the biggest resub of yesterday. And then today, one of our wonderful moderators, Red Thorn, also celebrated 65 months subscribed to the channel. Pretty amazing. I honestly never thought that I would become a full-time streamer when I began doing this in 2018, because my music students were like, you'd be good at this. We would watch you. And then getting subscriptions and actually making money for the first time during COVID lockdowns made me be like, wait a minute, maybe I could pivot and do this full-time. And I was basically giving up more and more of my lessons and touring less and less, and I pretty much gave up my entire private lesson practice and gave up like touring in bands to pursue this. And I can't believe that it's been, what, 5 years since I made that choice. All of you with those 60-month resubs and more, you started subscribing right when I began my maybe this is full-time kind of mindset. So thank you for encouraging me to take a chance, because it's scary to start your own business. And that's what becoming a full-time streamer is. You're literally starting a business where the product is you, which is scary, because that means anytime you fail, it's because you are a failure, you know, not the company you work for or whatever, you specifically. But then also when you do well, then you're like, oh, it's because of me. I'm awesome. So it's a back and forth between I'm awesome and I'm terrible. That's what it's like to be an artist and a business at the same time. Which is a lot to handle, to be clear. Almost everybody. Is that the one? I found it. Is that not the one? Did I do someone else's mission? I think I might have done someone else's fix the thing mission. Yeah, we're not at depth 12 yet. We're only at depth 9. So that was someone else's mission. Did I complete that for them? Or did I screw up the mission? No idea. Sam says, that's awesome. You put out great content. I'm watching you on Twitch also. Hey, thanks for watching me on 2 platforms at once. That's some serious dedication. Thank you. Remember, everyone, if you have ads, well, that's because you're not subscribed. When you subscribe, you get 0 ads. And you get all the emotes. And you get perks on my Discord. And it makes me like you a little bit more. Use Amazon Prime to subscribe for free. Otherwise, it's $5.99 and I make 70% of that. Ads are not only a thing that the platforms push out, but it's also something that makes people like me some revenue. Nowhere near the revenue of like subscriptions, but I do get some. Now let's talk about Twitch Turbo. Mr. O'Chip has that. So thank you very much, Mr. O'Chip, for having Turbo and subscribing. That is incredible of you. So the way Twitch Turbo works is that if you have Twitch Turbo, which is I think $11 a month, something like that, it eliminates all ads on every single stream. But when an ad plays, the streamer still makes the revenue like you watched the ad. Did I go the wrong way? I think I might have gone the wrong way. I'm going back. Yeah, Twitch Turbo is great. I use it so when I watch my friends' channels, I don't have to have ads. And then they make the money that they would make from me watching the ad. Now, that's a good question. How does it work if you have both Twitch Turbo and a subscription? That is a great question. It probably just defaults to the subscriber thing. Like, the Turbo thing is probably just like ignored. All right, now there's an auction kiosk somewhere around here. Ah, there it is.
Due to your recent actions, we've reduced time on your sentence.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Hell yeah.
Congratulations. You have completed your required sentence in our facility. We at Klesher Rehabilitation are extremely proud.
And now we're done.
to play a role in your
And we look for all the green
rehabilitation.
lights
Use this time to better
like
yourself
that
as a human and as
to
a
get
member
out.
of civilized society.
Twitch Turbo
Attention,
does not unlock
attention.
any
Please direct your attention
perks
towards
on
the
someone's
front
channel.
gates. One of our guests has
Twitch
completed
Turbo
their
is like having an
rehabilitation
ad
and
blocker,
being
but the
released.
streamer actually makes money for the ads that are not playing for you. Buck Rogers, it's very easy to set up the Amazon Prime stuff. All you do is link your Amazon Prime and your Twitch together. We might even have a link in my chat to do it. Let me look. Hold on. I don't know if I have the link, but it's easy to do. Raj, what up? So I just began watching... Oh, wait a minute. Let's celebrate this Prime sub.
C-Corp activated the Prime sub. Sue, why are you in jail? Just join HTE stream.
Thank you very much, C-Core, for the 3-month resub. Appreciate that. I'm in jail because at the end of last night's stream, after spending 2 hours looking for crashed ships with size 1 components and finally finding one, but then being unable to break into the ship, I just couldn't deal with it, and an NPC shot at me, and I shot back, and of course, instant tier 3 crime stat. And then I rage quit the game. So, but don't worry, we just finished. We're getting out of jail now. Anyone who just got here, you missed a pretty special opening of the stream. I played from start to finish Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory all the way through on drums. It was really fun. We actually had good views. I couldn't believe it. Like, everyone who watched the drum stream today, know that you have given me the courage to do that again. I think next week I'm going to do another full album playthrough because it was fun for me and people actually watched. And like literally that's all I want in this job is I want people to watch what I do, you know? And I think for me these days, as long as I have 100 people in my chat, I feel like I'm doing a good job, you know? That's kind of my personal goal, is to keep that. Maybe we'll play Jimmy Eat World Bleed American next week, which is another one of my favorite albums of all time. No music streams on YouTube ever, Buck, because that platform has a problem with copyright and content ID. So I didn't even begin streaming on YouTube today until I was done drumming. Mr. O'Chip says, better than I ever would. I mean, have you been playing drums for 30 years? I love this. A rather large rat, that's their name. Meteora was the first CD I ever bought with my own money. Okay, everyone who's old enough to have done that, tell me the first CD or tape or record you ever bought with your own money. I want to hear it. I want to hear them. Here's where we alienate anyone below the age of 25. I want to hear. I want to know. There's no wrong answers here, okay? Scatman! Chaos WASD bought the Scatman John album. I love that so much. So much. I bought the Scatman John album as a gift for one of my friends in middle school for their birthday. Exhibit says Limp Bizkit, Chocolate Starfish, and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. I bought that album. I checked myself out of school. I lied and said that I had a dentist appointment, but in fact, I did not. I had to go to Sam Goody Records to buy the new Limp Bizkit album the day it came out. So I went there, bought the album, went back to school, and during lunch, I casually played it on a little speaker that I had, and all my friends were like, is this a new Limp Bizkit album? How did you get this? And I was like, you know, I went and bought it. And I felt so cool. Buck Rogers bought a Molly Hatchet album. Whoa. Harold bought Derek B. I don't know that artist. Fusion. Blink-182 Dude Ranch. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Is Josie on Dude Ranch? Mr. Blarkin bought a cassette tape of Billy Joel, River of Dreams, And the CD was TLC Crazy Sexy Cool. Dude, I bought that album too. I bought TLC Crazy Sexy Cool on CD. Scurvy bought Paula Abdul Forever Your Girl. Man, I love these answers, everybody. These are really good answers. Incredible. Samari bought Bucks Fizz. I don't know that artist. Stendo fan got Rammstein. Oh, yes. I bought that album too.
Prairie_oyster has subbed for 7 months.
Everybody, Oyster with a 7-month tier 3 resubscription. Thank you. I think that's the first tier 3 sub of the day. Incredible. Thank you. Those tier 3 subs really help make things work here for me. So thank you. Oracle MSU talking about when I drank the chili dog flavored G Fuel. Oh yeah. The Sanix chili dog flavor. One of the most disgusting G Fuel flavors of all time. Thankfully, they have many yummy flavors as well. This one is called Shiny Splash. It's a lemonade flavor. You can get it using code ENTERPRISE at checkout. So cheers to all of you. Yeah, the chili dog one was so bad. Oh my God. It made the cup smell awful. I had to literally rinse the cup out with vinegar. Oracle's first album they bought with their own money was Def Leppard Pyromania. Yes. Oh, and then you bought Def Leppard Hysteria on CD. Oh, man. I love the commitment there. Redthorn, today's 65-month resubscriber, the leader today. Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yes. Last year, I got to play not 1, but 3 shows on stage in the same band as Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. If you do exclamation Chad Smith in my chat, you'll get a link to watch a music video of me and Chad and a band called Outer National playing on a flatbed trailer that drove all through Manhattan, playing music at multiple locations throughout the city. We did this with 0 permits, running all battery generators. Everyone in the band had their own little battery generator, and we had full-size amps, and it was amazing. Not only because I was a few feet from one of my childhood drumming icons, but also we got to do 2 more shows, one at a club in New York and then another at a club in Los Angeles. And I got to rehearse at Chad's summer home in the Hamptons and meet his family. And I got to play at his house out in California. And then I got to hang out in his living room and like see all of his Moon Men awards from MTV and like Grammys. And I was like, I am literally in a multi-million-dollar home of one of my childhood musician idols. It was crazy for me to be normal and like not fanboy out. Yeah. Exclamation Chad Smith in the chat if you want to watch that video, or just go back to my socials and look up the word Chad and like you'll see a bunch of videos I made back during that time. Thank you, Temper, for throwing that link out. Since you all told me the albums you bought first, I'll now tell you mine. The very first cassette tape I ever remember purchasing was Salt and Peppa Very Necessary. That's the one with What a Man on it. And then the first CD I ever bought was Weird Al Yankovic Alapalooza, which happens to have the Yabba Dabba Doo now, which is a cover of Red Hot Chili Peppers' Give It Away Now. Yeah. There you go. Let's fly. I want to fly the Wolf. The Wolf is just such a fun ship, you know? Such a fun ship.
Your insurance claim has your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your insurance claim has thank you.
Gotta wait 1 minute and 35 seconds. All right. Who can ask me a question that I can fill 1 minute and 35 seconds worth of answer into? Something about something here. Or what's your favorite Beatles song? You know what, dude? I hate to tell you this. I'm not actually that big of a Beatles fan. Like, I'm a fan in the way that they're like a classic band, and Ringo is one of the originators of rock and roll drums. So I respect them, and I can listen to the music, and I can find all the joy and all the details in it. But I'm not like, I've never listened to a full Beatles album nonstop ever. So I guess I'm going to say my favorite Beatles song is Come Together or Twist and Shout. What are your thoughts on the Origin ships, like the 300 series? The 300 series is a very old ship in this game that is missing lots of details and features. I would not use any real money to buy any 100i, 300i, 270, whatever. I wouldn't buy any of those. I think the only Origin ships that I would ever pledge for with my actual money in this game would be some of the newer ones. What's one of the newer Origin ships? I'm getting them mixed up with Crusader ships, though. It's not that many new, or maybe the 400i, but even that one's out of date. What's the last Origin ship that CIG put together? Are there any Origin ships with physicalized components and gold standard settings? I don't think there is. The X1 bike? Yeah, maybe don't. Maybe only buy Origin ships in-game with in-game credits. There's your answer. Way more Crusader ships with cool details. It can be very confusing as a new player getting into this game to understand like what I'm talking about. Like the difference between a ship that has all the features and a ship that is missing them can be awkward in this game.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Yeah, Chaos says, I have a CCU chain for the 600i, but who knows when the rework's coming in. Exactly. Exactly. But how will I join the yacht club without purchasing the space yacht? Yeah, I know. Foxborough, talking about Green Day's Welcome to Paradise. Great track. Love that album. I could probably play that full album. That'd be another full album stream I could do. Green Day Dookie. Yeah. Oh, hold on one sec. I forgot to get my vitamins today. I take them usually midstream. Hold on.
always visit us again. Goodbye.
Okay. I'm back. Stealth in the chat is correct. Just buy the 890 jump in game. Yeah, I mean, the economy is effed. I'm a billionaire in the game. Like, people have tons of credits. Thank you, X, for that follow. Also, looks like Takei 007 followed a minute ago as well. Thank you. Do you ever miss touring? Says Z Gray. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I miss playing on big stages. I miss playing aggressive drums on stage. I miss seeing different crowds every day. I miss talking to people in the audience after shows and like connecting with them. But I don't miss daily 8-hour car rides. I don't miss always scavenging for clean clothes, like being like, how many times can I wear these socks before they're disgusting? I don't miss never being able to have good food. Like, being plant-based in New York City is amazing, but being plant-based in like Topeka, Kansas or whatever is going to be rough. And then convincing bandmates to like go to restaurants that actually have good food for me is also challenging, unless you happen to be in a band full of other vegetarians and vegans. So yeah, there are many aspects of touring that I do not miss, but there are many that I do miss. And thankfully, I get to go on a short tour next month. Next month, my band Stop the Presses is going on a short run of shows. Hold on, let's get the dates. Let's get the dates right now. Hold on. Let me find the site. Okay. So here is my band, Stop the Presses. Are the tour dates here? Yes. Looks like the tour dates are listed here. Is that all of them? Hold on. We got Vegas, Albuquerque, El Paso, Durango, Englewood, Colorado Springs. These are the shows coming up next month in my ska and reggae band, Stop the Presses. I'm going to copy that, and let's make an announcement for this.
The Beatmaster activated the Prime sub.
The Beatmaster, thank you for 6 months on the channel. Really cool of you.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Oh, I need to fix that link. That link has got some weird stuff going on in it.
Your insurance.
I need to add spaces here. Hold on.
Thank you. Your insurance claim has been
Update.
sent.
There we go. I'm really excited for this show. How many of you have ever heard of the Punk Rock Museum in Las Vegas? They usually have like legit famous band members running the tours at the Punk Rock Museum. I'm very excited for this show. This will be the first show of the tour on March 24th. So yeah. All Seeing Llama says I'm only 4 hours away from one of the shows. Hey, if you want to drive 4 hours, all right. Salad Days says no Scottish dates. Sorry, we're not going to Scotland. Sorry. We do have another short tour in April. We're going to the Midwest, Chicago, and then we're playing Montreal, Pooza Fest. So, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Exclamation tour will now bring up all of those tour dates. Cool. There we go. We set that new button up. Awesome. Or rather, the new chat command. It'd be very cool if I could meet some of you IRL at one of my shows next month. That'd be awesome.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Rocky Mountain High, their name is not just a joke. They are from Colorado. Hope to see you there. Scurvy, I was in California last year. That was the first thing I did with this band, Stop the Presses, was play a week-long tour in California. That's how I met the band.
Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been
They had just split up with their old drummer, and they were looking for someone to do the California tour. And they asked my friend Matt Covey to play it, and Matt wasn't available for the tour. And then Matt texted me and was like, hey, you want to do this? And that was literally how I joined the band.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
The number one way to get gigs in the world of music is word of mouth. And how do you get that to happen? By going out there and playing shows. The more you're out there playing shows, the more gigs you're gonna get. And the funny thing is you don't even have to be like incredible at your instrument. I mean, you have to be good. But if you play a lot and you're out there, that's when you really start getting calls. But it's a double-edged sword. As soon as you stop playing shows and stop touring, that's when the calls to play in bands also stop. The hardest thing is staying consistent and playing because, look, we don't make very much money usually. You know? Yeah. Pinecone says, do you want to play outside a ballroom in Dallas? Well, there's no Texas dates on this particular tour, but my singer does book pretty much all the shows. Allie is like the mastermind for the band in so many ways. And if you have a good contact for a show in wherever, you could DM the band on Instagram about it. I'm sure she'd love that contact. Hold on one sec. I'm just texting Annie. She's asking how the Lincoln Park stream went. I'm telling her it went really, really well. Okay, thank you for that moment, everybody. I appreciate you. Thanks. A little bit of an audio glitch there. Sorry about that. Oracle MSU with a drumming question. They say, what goes into learning a set list when you join a new band that is already established? All right, I can talk at length about this because I have done just what you're saying many, many times in my career. Join a band that already exists and learn their songs and play shows with them. So the first thing I do is find out what are the songs we're going to play. What are the songs? And I put those into a playlist and I listen to them over and over and over and over again everywhere. Every day at the gym, every day on the train, every day when I'm doing dishes, like whatever I'm doing in life that I can listen to something, I am listening to that band's music. That is step one. And I'm not analyzing it. I'm just enjoying it. I'm just kind of getting the vibes of what it sounds like, right? We call this soft practice. Then after doing that a lot, honestly, sometimes for a week or more, I will move into a little bit more of what I call like detail or hard practice, where I actually listen to the song, sitting down, not doing anything, but like I'm not doing an activity. I'm only listening to the music and I'm thinking about all the parts. I'll hear one song all the way through. All right. Then I'll get some paper and I'll start sketching out how the song goes. Like, what's the form? Verse, chorus, bridge, whatever. Just kind of a rough outline. And then sometimes that is enough. But if it's a more complex song, I might need to notate more. Like, what are the fills? What are the hits? It really depends on how difficult the song is, on how much notation I have to do. And then I'll sit down at the drums and start trying to play along with it. And it'll all be about reps. I'll try to play through the songs a couple times until I've got them established. But then this is the part that a lot of people overlook. Songs on albums are rarely the way bands play them live. Unless they just recorded the album and they're playing. They might be years old. And I bet they changed. So this is when you ask the band if they have any current live videos. Then you watch the live video and see how the drummer plays the songs differently than the album, or whoever, the guitarist, the bassist, whatever. You are checking to see what's different. And then I pretty much only learn to that YouTube list. What I'll do is I'll use one of those YouTube downloader sites and I'll download all the audio from all the YouTube videos, or maybe the one full-length YouTube video, and then I'll put that on my phone and I will stop listening to the album versions and only listen to the live recordings. That's going to give you a way better idea of what the band is like on stage, what their tempos are like, what their transitions are like, especially if you're the drummer. Transitions. The drummer needs to start and stop every song in the set. You need to know them really well. You need to know them almost as good as everyone else does, because you can't coast. You have to know the name of the song, the tempo of the song, how it begins and how it ends. Dare I say, being the drummer in a band for the first time that's already established is maybe one of the hardest jobs there is, other than lead singer. But then again, it might be guitar if there's lots of licks. It depends on how detailed the music is. But even a simple band, the drummer has a lot of work to do. So that's how I do it. I hope that was helpful. What? Transition scene. Go. What? I had a weird Stream Deck delay. That was weird. Thank you for that really great question. By the way, that's some really good information. All right? Like, that's like decades of learning and people better than me teaching me what to do. And then me doing that in lots of other bands. I know this is not a music stream anymore. It's a Star Citizen stream, but like this game is bullshit right now, so who cares? I tell it how it is. I love the game, but like, look, it's not hot shit right now in any way. At all. Verified bounty. Damn it, it's a cave. Untrack. Wait, isn't verified bounty in a cave now? Or like, wait. Is this not a cave mission? Is this an actual, like, small multi-crew vehicle? Okay, never mind. I got it mixed up by the terminology. Good day to take down some shit. No dumb questions, Oracle. Do you have to transport your own drums to Colorado? Okay, so when I'm doing road gigs and we're flying, when we're doing fly-out shows, I do not bring a whole drum set. No one does anymore. Literally no one other than like Megadeth and arena bands can afford to bring full drum kits on planes. I bring minimal equipment. I'll bring a snare drum in a soft bag that I carry onto the plane. I will bring a hard case cymbal bag that I check at the gate. And I will stuff a kick drum pedal and drumsticks into my suitcase. And that's what I'll bring with me. There will be a drum kit available and what we call a house kit, meaning kick drum, rack tom, floor tom, and cymbal stands. Most clubs will either provide this or someone at the shows will be providing their drum kit as what we call backline for the other bands. Do I have a VKB code? We do. It's my name. Hey, Wizard Guy, thank you for subscribing earlier today. I was drumming and I couldn't say thank you, so thank you. Look at those flames. Did you know that stupid fin can finally be retracted now? Look at this. Retract. See that? Right there. Now, sadly, that fin will pop back out once you go into quantum. Sadly. I wish it would stay like that, but that's not the case. Someone's already shooting that guy. Their shields are already down. Why did their shields drop? Did that NPC drop their shields on purpose? I have no idea what happened there. That was the wrong button. I meant to activate the night vision, and I opened the canopy. Night vision's still a new binding, so, you know, I hit the wrong button. This spirit's taken quite a few hits. Just gotta stay on it. There we go. Got him. The Wolf. That's this ship. Love this thing. So stylish.
Great. Let me cross them off the list and get you paid.
Contact confirmed.
What do you think of the Alliance 8 event? It's fine. It's just another do similar kinds of missions to unlock a thing in the game. It's whatever. I'll do a menu launch. Sure. Let me I can't do a bed log, so I'll just go to a station. Randall says, cockpit reminds me of the Archimedes. I mean, yeah, the P-52 and the P-72 are similar ships to the Wolf. I went to the wrong place. That was not what I meant to do. Actually, it was what I meant to do. Hell yeah. Nice. That's really weird the NPC I was fighting went into nav mode. Why would they do that? That makes no sense.
Perfect landing.
A little bit of a hover bounce right there, but there you go. That's how you land the ship. Let's store this.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Bum, bum, bum. Phew. We are wearing a pink armor set. This pink armor set is part of the giveaway we have happening right now, which is for the Salvation Coremore edition. So pink salvaging spaceship and pink armor set exclamation giveaway in the chat and link in bio. And there you go. Now, let's go to... let's set my spawn, and then we'll go to menu. Hold on. Thundering Falcon says, enter. I've noticed that you fly coupled. Didn't you see me go to decoupled to land? I fly a mix of coupled and decoupled. I use a button right here to toggle that on and off at my leisure. I love this. Ash says, before I got the game, I always thought, what's the big deal with these landings? Now that I have the game, I know how tough it is. Beautiful landing. Thank you, Ash. I spent a week using keyboard and mouse when we were doing a highlight on the Corsair Galleon 100 Stream Deck / keyboard, and I learned how hard it is to land the ships with keyboard and mouse. Oh my God. Ugh. After many, many years of joysticks, keyboard and mouse landings, oh my God, terrible. I hated it. It was so hard. Let's transfer my imprint here. There we go. So now when I die, I'll show up here, but we're going to go to menu. Back to menu. There we go. This is what it looks like for me at my desk. If you're ever curious about my vantage point, we have the game monitor here. Another game monitor on the left, mainly just Discord on the left and like a web browser. On my right, we have my monitor for all the important stream stuff. Chat for all 3 platforms, combination chat, Spotify, and then OBS preview window. And then over here is the production monitor that has main OBS and some other alerts and stuff on it. Now we'll find out if the party launch will work or not with my buddies Apollo, Go Swim, and Pandemanium. Join on me. All right. Bink. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What camera do you use? Well, which one? Guster boy. You're probably asking about this middle camera. This is a Sony Alpha 6000 camera. This one. Sony Alpha 6000. And then we have a Sony Alpha 5100. Another Sony Alpha 5100 in the middle. And then those top and bottom and this other bottom one down here. Those are all GoPro Hero 7 Black cameras. Then we have an OBSBot Tiny 2 PTZ camera in the corner. This one lets me move it around manually. It also has tracking, but the tracking is kind of weak with the location of that camera. Then we have a Elgato Facecam on the piano and the Elgato Facecam 4K over here, the highest quality webcam Elgato has. And that's all my cameras. Thanks for asking. Thanks for those bits, Beard of Knowledge. I think there's a problem with the grouping system right now. Maybe it's me. Maybe I should quit the game fully and go back in. Yeah, I'll try that. There was an update earlier today. I'll close the launcher out as well. Thumbskull, whose name I'm butchering, they say, nice setup. Like a tier 6 iPad kid. I don't think I understand what that means. What? What is a tier 6 iPad kid? Maybe someone in the chat could answer that. What does that mean? I have no idea. Alex says, my friend's list was also not working the other day. What controls do you recommend for Star Citizen? I use VKB. VKB Gladiators are probably the best price to performance joystick on the market. These. I use the next one up, which are the gunfighters. Ah, I'm able to join the server now. Just worked. There's no PTU right now, Eric? Firehawk, we used to do these weekly, like, play with anyone things where, like, anyone could join on stream. And I kind of stopped doing them. I should start doing them again. Brody says, any tips on getting the game to download right? I keep getting an error every time it finishes. Who out there is having a similar issue to Brody? And maybe we can help them. I am not aware of this current glitch right now. I know there has been previous versions that wouldn't download. Usually updating Windows, I think, would fix it. We'll see if anyone's got an answer. What did the update change? No idea. The question about decoupled versus coupled flight for me is about, do I need to keep going in that direction? So decoupled lets you keep the momentum even when you're not giving thrust, where normal is like fly, stop. Fly, stop, right? So if I have to keep going, I use decoupled. So I use decoupled for landing a lot. I also use decoupled if I'm trying to save fuel, which is rare in the game, but it has happened in the past. And sometimes I'll use decoupled when I want to have the ship keep floating for some kind of visual reason. One of my biggest issues with the flight model right now is that we no longer can set cruise control and then stand up and not be in the pilot seat. Right now, and for the past year, if you have cruise control going and you stand up, the ship stops moving. And I think that is stupid. The only way to keep it going is to use decoupled flight. But if you're on a planet that has gravity, the ship will start going down also. So that's not good. Unless you want to crash. In which case. Can we buy a Hurricane? Sure thing. Let's find out where to buy the Hurricane. We'll use the Seastone Finder. Here we go. Hurricane. Oh, that's a quantum drive. There it is. I'm dumb. We can buy it at ArcCorp for 5 milli. Okay. Let's do it. ArcCorp it is. Who's that in front of me? No name. That might be Pandemanium.
To the ASOP vehicle, welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
To the guy who's having issues, maybe try a VPN. Yeah, anyone else have an idea of how to help our friend Brody? I just went over all the cameras, boss Russ. Did you not hear it? In the middle, we have a Sony Alpha 6000. Top is a webcam. Bottom is a GoPro Hero 7 Black. And then the next one to the right, now in your middle, is a Sony 5100. GoPro on top.
Welcome to the ASOP
Elgato webcam on the bottom.
system.
And now the left side and the middle for you is another GoPro. I'm sorry, GoPro on top, GoPro on bottom, and in the middle, Sony Alpha 6000.
Vehicle selected.
So to summarize, my show is a mix of Sony Alpha cameras and GoPro Hero 7 Blacks with a couple webcams mixed in. Mostly Elgato webcams, Facecam and Facecam 4K. Here's that Facecam 4K right here. Yeah.
Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Please visit us again.
Asgard.
Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Who is this next to me right here? Hello? It's got to be one of you guys, right? Oh, it's Panda. Aha, all right. No name above you. I'll join the Discord too. Asgard rips, says Molly. Yeah, I like the Asgard as well. The Asgard's basically a big OP version of the Cuddy Black. Yeah, I know it's similar to the Valkyrie, but I liken it more to the Drake Cutlass Black. Just bigger, stronger, better. Because the layout's almost the same. Like, almost. You got this large area here for vehicles or cargo or whatever. You got side doors on the left and on the right. You have one turret seat similar to the Cuddy Black, although it's now down below the primary pilot. See, Panda's going down there. Engineering terminal is here. Fire extinguisher, lots of your components are on the wall here. Easy to get to from that engineer. Little seat for the engineer, which I like. We got little machine guns on the sides, right down there. Those miniguns don't work as well as they should. I mean, they work, but like, they're kind of awkward to aim. Bathroom? Bedroom. Bunk beds. Some kind of food replicator, I'm assuming. Suit lockers, not functional. Gun racks, functional. Little extra door for security for the pilot. And that's the ship. Let's power it on.
All systems online.
Here it is. The Anvil Asgard. Love those VTOL thrusters. Another thing that the Cuddy Black has, again, making me think about the Cuddy Black when I think about this ship. Love those engines. Pilot gets two weapons up top, one on the bottom. One of my guns is not firing. Maybe I need to readjust my weapon power. Why is that one not firing? Yeah, one of my bottom guns there is not firing. Look at this. Let's try turning off all weapon power and trying again. Let's try this. Hold on. Weapons off. No. Ship off. Ship on. Weapons on.
All systems online.
Full power to weapons. What the? What's the deal with that? Just one of the guns don't work right now? Storing the ship fixes it. Man, how stupid. I mean, this game is stupid, so. Let's jump to Area 18 first. We can check the fire groups, and we can look at damage. I mean, I just called the ship. It's brand new. Like, there should be no damage to any of the weapons, but... Zero damage. They're all at 100. Every one of them's at 100. Panamanium says the gun is red in the engineering panel, but it has 100% hit points. So what's the answer? Engineering is effing it all up. Engineering is interesting and cool and exciting, but because that's the system that makes everything work or everything not work, when it glitches, it means you're going to have a bad time. One day it will fix itself, hopefully. Have I heard of Jump Space? Yes, I have heard of that game. I have never played that game, though. Zoni says, the gun's jammed. Gotta find a lore reason to have it make sense. I mean, I love that. When I'm in a really good mood, I love to use in-game lore to explain all the glitches. When I'm doing that, you know I'm really happy with the state of the game and just my life in general.
Redfish1 activated the Prime sub.
Oh, Dreadfish is a new Prime subscriber. They are the third new Prime subscriber today. Wizard Guy 3 hours ago. Caster 3 hours ago. And now Dreadfish. Those are the 3 brand new Prime subscribers so far today. The next one could be one of you. And who knows, maybe one of you will subscribe as tier 1. I can dream, you know? Thank you so much. And look at this, another new Prime.
Station activated the Prime.
Station. Thank you. This is only a job because of the subscribers. Without the subs, I would have never made this a job. So thank you. Jack 101 says, I can do TikTok no more. Look, I try hard to make a version of my show that looks good on the platform that is TikTok. But the reality is, you don't get any of the sides of the screen. I have to cut it down, you know? But I try. Hey.
Temperer K activated.
Temperer. Temperer. Whose name I probably said wrong. Thank you for subscribing on Prime as well. It's really kind of you. Thank you. What VKB joysticks do I use? Exclamation joysticks in the chat for all the details. But I use VKB gunfighter sticks. And on my left, I've got some of their modules. We have a throttle quadrant with the WW2 grip. I have the SEM, which is arguably the most useful of all of the little button boxes. If you're going to buy one VKB button box, this is the one you want. And then I have the general aviation unit up here, which I use the least. I had to label all the buttons so I can remember what they do. But yeah, there you go. That's my setup. Use code Enterprise to save on VKB stuff. I make no money on these deals. It's just a way for you to save some cash. So there you go. Now, there was a announcement on VKB's site today about some changes to the way their shipping happens in the U.S. I've been messaged by my contact that sales are not going away for the U.S. They're just changing the way the distributor situation works. So don't worry, VKB is not vanishing from the U.S. market. There's my hangar right over there. Hey, there's Go Swim, everybody. 65-month subscriber Go Swim in the Perseus. Phenomenal gunboat down there. Someone asking about decoupled flight versus coupled flight. We will use decoupled flight for this landing approach. A perfect landing and a $20 drum request from Jack 101. What a great combination of things. Thank you so much. Yes, let me get out of the ship and I will do that. I don't think I know this song. Molly Hatchet, Flirting with Disaster. I do not know this track, but it won't stop me from making the best of it. Three Lions says Ender is one of the last of the OGs still streaming Star Citizen. I mean, I don't know about that. There's quite a few people who have been streaming this game longer than me, but it's nice of you to say. Thank you. I sense a crash incoming? Pff, you don't know me. I never crash. Except for when I get a 30K. And then I crash. All right, let's look up this tune and make it happen. So it's called Molly Hatchet, Flirting with Disaster. Got it. Maybe a cymbal crash. Psh, yes. That's happening right now because we're going to the drums. Let me get my rings off and get my shoes on, and then we'll go play. All right? We began today's stream by playing through the entire Linkin Park album, Hybrid Theory. It was really fun. I've never done a full album playthrough pretty much ever in my, 6, 7 years of doing this job. So it was really fun for me. Thanks everyone for watching that. It made me feel like really, really good about the community we've built here. So thank you. Okay, drum time. Let's go. I have never heard this song. Let's play it. Flirtin' with Disaster by Molly. Nope, by Molly Hatchet. This one. Swingy? Okay. That's so hard. All right, so let me talk about this. Old songs are hard to play. New songs are easy to play. This is just a blanket true statement. There were so many things in that song, like unique hits and unique anticipations and like little like hi-hat, fancy like splashes. It was bluesy, it was rockin'. Molly Hatchet, flirting with disaster. Yeah, I'd have to hear that song a few times to actually play that song correctly. Thank you, Jack101, for requesting that song. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And a new Prime just came in. Track 88. Thank you, Track 88, for subscribing with Prime. I believe you're the 5th or 6th new subscribers today. And yes, YouTube has a lot of problems with copyright content, so no music on that platform. You don't get to hear this cowbell, or this rack tom, or that floor tom, or these bass drums. You don't get to hear any of it. Come watch on Twitch or TikTok, all right? Cool. Back to the desk we go. Unless you want a song, it's exclamation request in the chat to learn how. Ian the Woodchuck says, old songs actually require drumming. New songs seem to be optimized for synth looping. I mean, you're not completely wrong there. I would say that
The Rapture, Echoes, NYC Indie.
okay, everybody, we are going right back to the drums. Scurvy wants Rapture Echoes. All right. Right back to the drums we go. After I quickly say, I want to get into drumming, but I'm a broke college student. Drumsticks, drum pad. That's all you need to start. Drumsticks and a drum pad, and start asking around. If you're going to college, I guarantee you somewhere on your campus is a drum set that you can use. Maybe it's part of the band program. Maybe there's rental rooms, like you could like check out band practice rooms or rehearsal rooms. There has got to be a way for you to play on a drum set on your college campus. And honestly, look, if you really want to do it, where there's a will, there's a way. Pillows, buckets, drum pads, YouTube video, how to play drums. Like, you can do it. I believe in you. Next question. What ship would you recommend for someone who wants to do nothing but what? Nothing but launch missiles? The Talon. The Guardian QI. All right, back to the drums. We're going to play the Rapture. Thank you again, Scurvy, for this request. I've never heard this song, so let's do it. They put in parentheses, New York City indie. So I guess they're an indie band? Maybe from the 2000s? I don't know. Let's find out. Huh. What happened? What is going on now? That song spent 3 minutes making sense, and then they were like, hey, what if we just like effed off this whole song and made no sense for the last 30 seconds? What even happened there? Hold on. I gotta go back. So 3 minutes we have this. No, wrong song. Yeah. Okay, now what happens here? Yeah, it doesn't like it goes into a whole new tempo with these triplets, and it makes no sense at all. Can you believe this? Jason says, I'm here to see Star Citizen, not this. Well, then fuck off and go watch another channel. Because guess what? There's tons of them. But if you want to be a part of this show, well, then you can watch it. And if you don't, you can go away. Nothing makes me more irritated than like when I am. It's like, imagine you're at your job, right? And you're putting on a show and everything is working great. And you're like really proud of what you're doing. And someone's like, hey, by the way, the sandwiches you make, they fucking suck. And you're like, who are you? A petulant child? Goodbye. I can't believe it. Like, what an idiot. There we go. Normally, I ignore those kinds of trolls, but today I give no shits. You know what I mean? What's the word? Audacity comes to mind. Entitlement. How fucking entitled are you to go somewhere and engage in a free thing and then complain? Imagine you had a bakery and you had a sign out front that said free bagels. And you took a bite of the bagel and then you spit it up and you're like, this bagel sucks. And then you left. Like, that speaks about you more than it speaks about anyone else. It lets the world know that you are an asshole. Pure and pure. Filth. Garbage. All right. Hey, thanks for being a part of my show. My name's Ender. I'm happy that you're here with me. Now I got someone complaining about YouTube's copyright ID. Fuck off. Like, it's not my... You're gonna get me really going here, all right? For real. God damn it. Now, I want to talk about something really cool that happened before I got mad at these children. Jack 101 dropped a $20 request for one of my band's songs. And not only one of my bands, but I would say my band that is the best band that never did anything. Like, I spent years playing in a band called The Regulars Garwood, and we wrote some really good songs, and we recorded a really good EP. But we never did anything except for make these really good songs. There's many reasons why. I won't go into the why, but instead I'll play you a track called Vaudeville, and you're going to be like, damn, this song is good. I think even the haters will like it. So this is Vaudeville by the Regulars. But you know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to play you two songs, St. Bernard into Vaudeville, because, well, it's my show. Let's go. Hold on, hold on. I got to make it louder. I got to make it louder. Got to make the track louder, and we start it over. Here we go. Now, Vaudeville. And look, my name's Ender. Hi. I've been streaming on the internet playing music and games for 7 years. And if you like it, that's awesome. And if you don't, I don't care. This is what I do. This is how I make my living and my life and how I express myself. Thank you to everyone who supports me in this crazy thing that I never thought I could turn into a job. And I only have because of you watching. I know I get mad sometimes at the haters, but I see you too. So thank you. Alucard with a 9-month resub. Thank you. Smooth and Bumpy with an 8-month resub. Ian the Woodchuck says streamer's choice. Have fun, Ender. I didn't even see that shit. I didn't even see it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what? I'll play one for you. Let me catch my breath, all right? Let me catch my breath real quick. Rather Large Rat says, I see you changed that kick drum pad. Yeah, I did. We changed the kick drum pad at the beginning of the stream today to a shiny new one. Here's the old one. As you can see, it starts to, first of all, that's where the beater hits it and it starts to break apart. So this is the old kick drum pad. The pads, the pads made by Roland last a long time, like 6 months or more of like aggressive drumming, but Roland's just not selling them anymore. So I have to buy these third-party ones, and they don't last very long at all. Like, if I was touring and using an e-drum kit, like 5 shows a week or whatever, I'd have to change those kick pads every week, 2 weeks. That's not affordable at all. I want to apologize for getting mad on the channel a moment ago. I try really hard to not get upset, but it can be challenging. Oh my God, Toy Soldier.
Sup everyone. Riot 3 Days Grace.
Thank you very much, Toy Soldier. A 3 days grace request. Hey, my partner Annie took me to see 3 Days Grace and Breaking Benjamin on my birthday back in September. And it was awesome. It's really cool. Do people tour with e-drums? Not that many, but I saw Garbage. Remember that band Garbage? I saw Garbage in concert maybe 6 months ago, 7 months ago, and their drummer Vic was using the same kit I play, the Roland VAD 507 or 6. So not that many, but yes. All right, I'm going to go back to the drums right now. Right back to the drums. This one's going to be for, who was it? Who requested this? Ian the Woodchuck. I'm going to play you a song by a band called The Home Team. The song is Slow Bloom. It's my partner Annie's favorite song, and I'm trying to get really good at it, you know, so I can record a note perfect drum cover. So this will be my practice. Let's go. Thank you. I really like the singer in this band. They're very similar to oh my god, what is their name? Ah, never mind. Here we go. Let's do it. No. That was the wrong track. That was the wrong track. It should be this song. Here we go. There's so many little hits in that song. Like, it's a pretty simple song, but the drummer really did a good job of injecting all these little moments, like little fills, little unison hits. And here's the thing, when you're playing a song that has lots of details, if the details on the drums are following a guitar or a bass or a vocal, you have to play them. If it's just a drummer inflection and not with the band, you can get away with like maybe not playing it or just like glossing over the top of it. But yeah, that one's got a lot there. Covering Fire, everybody. 59 months. Man, it's so crazy seeing all the OGs on my channel hitting the high 50s and 60s when it comes to months on the channel. Truly, it's the COVID streamer thing. Like, that's when this channel began being real, you know? Was during the lockdowns. And a lot of you are still here, and it makes me feel really good. So thank you. Ian the Woodchuck, that song was called Slow Bloom by the Home Team. Slow Bloom by the Home Team. You can always use exclamation song, and it should give you a Spotify answer to whatever I'm playing, whenever the bot works correctly, that is. All right. See, it's wrong. All right. Riot by 3 Days Grace. Let's do it. Did you know that 3 Days Grace tours with 2 lead singers now? Because their old lead singer left the band and they got a new guy, and now they tour with both of them. So when you see them now, they're rocking dual lead vocals, and it's actually really awesome. Like, it made their show even more like epic, having 2 people rocking the mic at the front of the stage. Yeah. All right, here we go. That was Riot by 3 Days Grace, a song I've never played before. I saw them play that live, but I've never listened to their recording of it or tried playing along with it. That was for, who was that for? Toy Soldier. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, 3 Days Grace, Riot. I remember them playing that live. I remember. specifically. But I'm also remembering right now how good food tastes and how much I want to eat food. Yeah. So we're going to end the stream right now, and we are going to raid Arc VR. Thank you very much, everyone, for being a part of my show. I want to again apologize for getting kind of aggressive at those haters on TikTok, obviously, earlier today. It's really hard to maintain the positive mental attitude in this job, and sometimes all it takes is one petulant child saying something to kind of throw me, you know? I'm usually good at ignoring it, but I did have a lapse there, so I'm sorry about that. However, let's also say thank you to everyone for making today incredible. The win is I played Linkin Park Hybrid Theory all the way through, and it was amazing. And we maintained over 100-something viewers. I was blown away. Almost no drop between the drum stream and the Star Citizen stream. So cool. Thank you, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow for another day of drums and games. Thanks for everything. I'll be posting a video on all my socials in the next 10 minutes, so please follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. The video will be there, and you'll be like, I just saw that live, and now I'm commenting, because remember, always comment. Don't scroll by without commenting, even if it's just a smiley face. All right? I love you. That's it from me. Good night, everybody.
Like a phone repair shop. It was actually crazy.